my skin so gorgeous. We thank the life gorgeous. Thank the life gorgeous. I love the life gorgeous. Its torso is so tight. Welcome to Life Gorgeous, Craigers, where I share my magical life, hopes of improving your life, and one of my old friends from Minnesota. He is a Minnesota sports super fan, Scott Roback. Look what he's wearing on his head. I wouldn't be caught dead doing that. He's that kind of guy. And tell people, Scott, you grew up in Minnesota, but tell them where you live.
I live in Encino, by the way. Welcome to the Life Anxious podcast. My guest today is Craig Kilborn. I live in Encino, but Craig and I are both from the homeland, Minnesota. I was fortunate enough to meet Craig 20-ish years ago when I was his fluffer because we look a lot alike. And he's nervous to have me on as a guest because I have Tourette's and I say anything. However,
do you really? Do you have Tourette's, or I thought you had ADD, or what do you have?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
But you're from Edina, correct?
I am from Edina. I am lifetime Minnesota, raised my kids as such. My son is a humongous Minnesota everything fan. Otherwise, he would have slept in the garage.
But your son is going to Wisconsin.
My son goes to Wisconsin, my alma mater. And when Craig asked me 11 minutes ago to join the podcast with him, I was more than honored. And it's great to be here. And look how gorgeous that guy is.
The lighting is bad right now because of the sun, but that's okay.
I'm retaining water.
Can we tell people we're drinking buddies, or do you not want that to get out there?
I love that about that. I didn't know if you were comfortable, but we absolutely are. And it's just been a good run. And his lovely significant other, who asked to remain nameless,
Princess Cherry,
who I absolutely love.
Right.
When they decided to dip their toe into polyamory, I was flattered that it was me.
I don't know what that was. I didn't hear what you said.
Don't worry about it.
Do I have to edit it out?
Probably not. But
okay.
I love them both and their family, and here we are, Minnesota fans.
So my first question to you, and you are a fanatic, because I did take you to a Wolves game. I think was it a preseason game? You were sitting courtside.
No, it's not preseason. It was a game. It was in the Cat
Lakers.
Era.
You were asking D'Lo for his jersey after the game.
I was.
I think you were wearing a Cat jersey to the game.
Head to toe, as if I were a player, which clearly I'm not.
Right.
And by the way, fun little story about that. Craig and I go down to meet for a couple of drinks, I think at the Palm before the game. I'm in Cat head to toe. Craig shows up with an ascot and a vest. Forget the vest. An ascot. And I said, categorically, I will walk into the stadium if you're wearing a neck scarf. It's just, I can't. So I went around, and then we met at, courtside, and I'm still embarrassed. So if you saw me on TV, then I apologize.
Are you excited about the film, by the way?
Oh, I am excited about the film. Congratulations. You wrapped. You're in post. That's amazing. I'm proud of you. I read the first version of the script a long time ago, and the evolution of it since then is amazing. And I'll be the first to congratulate you. I don't know if you've told your audience when it's coming out.
We just say 2027. We don't know when.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm congratulations.
Thank you. So here's my first sports question for you.
Please.
Scott, my friend here, ladies and gentlemen, has a Minnesota Twins baseball team tattoo on his hand. Are you able to hold it up to the camera or not?
I am.
Does it show up? Yeah, there it is.
Upside down, but yeah. I mean, the first love of my life, 7 World Series games, 7-0 Game 7s. So.
How old were you when you got the tattoo?
87. When I got the tattoo, I was 20.
20. Mm-hmm. What city were you in? Who gave you that tattoo?
I was in Chicago.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Outside of Madison, might have had a few beverages, and I was feeling the love for the Minnesota Twins, my first love, and I just decided, let's do it. Made it happen.
Was it after they had won the World Series?
Oh yeah, they won in 87 and 91. Those are the two that I was
Right,
in.
and you did it in the 80s, right after the 87 one, like the week after or something? Or
No,
what?
no, no. I was 15 then. It was in college. It was
Okay.
5 years later.
Oh, you did. Okay. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
okay. Was it painful?
Not that one. I mean, I have a few others, decisions notwithstanding, but they're lovely. And no, this one was not painful at all, especially
Okay.
because it was from my heart. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
How are the Twins doing, and what do you think of the ownership? They obviously won under the Pohlads, but they were going to sell the team, and now they're not. You're a very opinionated guy. What are your thoughts on Twins ownership?
I have no problem with ownership. And when I was 15, I walked over because Edina, a block and a half away, to Carl Pohlat's house, and I said, "I'm the biggest fan. Can I get tickets?" My parents were mortified. He gave me tickets to every game. Amazing. Wow. It's not ownership. My problem with Major League Baseball is no salary cap. There's no parity. It's the Twins have $135 million payroll. We play the Yankees $540. It's more, it's like 4X, and it's not fair.
Right.
There should be, because you look at the NBA, the NFL, and the NHL, the reason that they're so great is parity. Yeah. And that's why Oklahoma City can win, and the Carolina Hurricanes in the NHL, and the Florida Panthers, and the Seattle Seahawks in the NFL. Baseball's going to die unless they level the playing field. It's just, especially with 162 games, but that's just my opinion.
What's their logic for not having a salary cap?
Legacy. It's just been around too long, and that's just been the way of it. And the Players Association just obviously isn't into it. And right. I have a feeling, though, there's going to be a lockout at the beginning of next season. I hope they eventually get to play. Right. But I don't think they're going to start the season on time. I think the owners are going to say, okay, and it'll make overall salaries come down. So the owners should support that, in my opinion.
Are the Twins decent this year?
Twins are very decent this year. I mean, it's hard, because you got to kind of churn people out at the trade deadline all the time. And, it's a little bit of a grind for the smaller and mid-market teams, but they are very good, currently in a wild card spot. We have some amazing players. Obviously, this. Byron Buxton is amazing.
Right.
Lewis is amazing. Bunch of young guys that are just scrappy and can play the game. In baseball, anyone can win on any day.
So I'm people can't tell, but I'm a little older than Scott.
Pinch.
Do you want to guess who my favorite Minnesota Twin is of all time?
Rod Carew.
Correct. How'd you know?
I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
We haven't. I loved his batting stance. He would he'd roll his wrists and hit a triple to the left field. And we used to go to the Met. My dad would take us ice cream frosty malts, and they would say, batting first baseman, batting 406, Rod Carew. The 1977, he's on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Ted Williams and Time Magazine with Ted Williams, flirting with 400. He batted 388 that year. Yep. And he was special.
You pretty much just explained the generational gap between us, which is only, 28 years or something like that. But the Met you talk about, I was all Metrodome. I mean, obviously until Target Field.
What a terrible place to watch baseball. What an awful place to watch baseball.
But, little nugget of trivia for your fandom. The first base of Met Stadium is in the Mall of America.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I saw Cesar Tovar there. I saw Lyman Bostock. I saw a lot of guys play in the 70s. And Kent Herbeck I saw later. Yeah, we went to the Metrodome, and, the ball would get lost in the ceiling. And my dad said, you can't play baseball here. But they did. But at least they won.
I had a few friends who lived on Christmas Lake. Chanhassen and Herbeck did. And in the off season, we would see him fishing, and he was literally the nicest guy I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. And you've met me. I'm a nice guy.
Present company notwithstanding, of course.
Yeah, he's great. Was pro wrestling a big deal for you growing up? Because in the 70s, it was huge in Minnesota.
It's just not my jam. No? I'm kind of a traditionalist: baseball, hockey, football, basketball, and a little bit of soccer. Not that that's traditional, but yeah, I'm not a big fight sports fan, inclusive of UFC, and boxing back in the day was great. Now it's a disaster.
Are the Twins your favorite Minnesota team?
Oh, wow, that's just such an unfair question. We're going to have to talk about that one. Yes. Although, truthfully, should you and I not be remiss right now if we did not mention the Minnesota Lynx before we start anything? I don't know if you saw last night the record for the most
10 3-pointers
in WNBA history.
Yeah.
Kind of fantastic. I mean, I just think our team, you heard it here first. The Minnesota Lynx are winning the WNBA championship. Fact. Put all the money you have on it. I promise.
Will that be their third championship, or what number will
It'll be the third, but
okay.
Yeah, last night, Kayla McBride and obviously Nafisha Collier. I mean, the whole team. By the way, Olivia Miles is my favorite basketball player in the world.
People love her.
Her and Anna Edwards, obviously.
Yeah, I think I watch so much of the Wolves and the Vikings that in the summer, and I'm editing a film, so I don't watch a lot of WNBA, but I see highlights of Caitlin Clark, and she can pass and shoot. I love passing. She can
pass and shoot 100%. She's Caitlin Clark. By the way, I love that you did that little drop about I was filming a thing and I didn't get to see anything. That was amazing this summer. Olivia Miles, one of the best passers I've ever seen. She's Magic Johnson, not height-wise, but
what about Ricky Rubio? Did you like Ricky Rubio?
I thought we made a bad decision going there. You know who I'm trying to remember, you're going to remember, but who was available after Ricky Rubio?
Steph Curry.
Yes, I remembered as I went. I'm early onset, but I did pull that out of the cauldron.
Before we get to the Wolves,
please.
Viking pride. I started watching the Vikes in second grade. Chuck Foreman was my favorite player.
Love.
And we've always had talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just enjoy the wins. I hope there's a Super Bowl one day. It does not eat at me like it does most Vikings fans that we haven't won a Super Bowl. I don't allow it to eat at me. What about you? It's
destroying me. It's definitely, I'm a decade or two dying sooner because of it. So by the way, it is eating at you. You and I are texting during the games.
Oh, I root for the team, but the fact that we haven't won a Super Bowl, it'll happen when it happens. Let's enjoy the wins. What I'm concerned about more is play calling during each game. Run the ball.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it'd be nice to have a quarterback who can throw the ball as well. Like you start with your arm back here, and then you know what I mean? Like last year was a problem. I actually have high hopes for Kyler Murray this year. I actually think that he's gonna take it personally. Chip on his shoulder, resurrect. And by the way, you can have JJ, Jawan, Addison, and Hawk run deep, and Kyler Murray could scramble for 18 to 30 yards every play. Not that I want that to be our offense.
Right.
But if he didn't take hits, I have high hopes. We're a 13-win team this year.
Well, a couple reactions. He didn't play well in the night practice last night. I don't care, but they're acting like there's no separation. There's not enough separation between JJ and Kyler. But I looked at the schedule, and I think Chicago's really good, and I get nervous. I do think our defense is going to be really good. I'm hearing good things. I like Brian Flores. But interestingly, I usually I usually say, 9-8. Well, I'll take 9-8. I'll take 9. I'll take a winning record. And I'm not sure about that this year. But I had Jim Souhan on. And Jim Souhan said, hey, man, I think his name's Jeff Diamond, but he worked for the Vikes. And they went down the schedule.
One of the Vikings back in the day, the grandparents. Sorry, go ahead.
12-5. They both had 12-5 for the Vikings. I was like, I'll take that in a heartbeat.
I got 13.
Really?
But 12, I think Kyler is going to shock the world. Now, you know what'll happen in the playoffs. We'll go to the Rams and we'll lose by 40, but still, it will be a good season.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I need it to happen before we pass on to the next realm, Craig. I mean, it has to happen. And you
to
and
the
I
Vikings end zone in the sky that we call heaven, the Vikings end zone. Did you want to Sam Darnold? Did you want to were you okay getting rid of him or not?
Wasn't really okay getting rid of him. He did have a great season, absent the last game and the playoff game. It was a money thing, as you know. I don't know if I wanted to give him a 120, right, especially after investing in JJ when I believed that he could be a quarterback in the NFL. And I'm not saying he can't ever, but obviously
right.
long project. I just think it was an unfortunate, confluence of circumstance. We just couldn't pay him that much money with everybody else we brought in, and then and then obviously he had the season he had. I mean, it's unfortunate.
When you look at the monitor, does it bother you that your head is smaller than mine? Because I want you to lean. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, but then I feel like I'm a Macy's Day balloon of myself. You know what I mean? Like,
well, then do you think it looks better if you're back there and I have the Macy's balloon head, or what?
No, but I think you have a little shape going on. I think I'm a big round weirdo, and I'll sit wherever you want. It's your podcast.
There you go. Welcome to the show.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna keep that headband on, right? What shirt are you wearing? Are you wearing a?
We're in Minnesota too.
Oh wow, you are.
You know what I'm not wearing?
What?
A vest or an ascot. Neither. But you wear them so well. I mean, you're more.
If you're gonna have a martini, make sure you respect the process and the ritual.
Well, that's
put on a blazer.
That's the funny thing, is that both being from Minnesota, I'm the Jew. I can say that because I'm the Jew. Craig's the non-Jew, yet he's the one that wears vests and ascots and whatever. He's never brushed his teeth with Coors Light, ever. I did it for, at least a decade, or if there's nothing else around. I show up in Karl Anthony Towns jerseys.
Right.
He makes me walk in with his neck scarf. It's totally bizarre. We're like complete.
Reverse. Yeah, my dad took a transfer to Minnesota when I was 5. So happy and proud to have grown up there. And we're English on both sides. There may be some German, there may be some French. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just say English on both sides. A bit of an Anglophile.
You do have a deep love. I know you're not as tormented outwardly as me, but you do have a very deep love for Minnesota sports.
Well, yeah, and I got to tell you, when I mentioned that I started watching the Vikes in 2nd grade, it is 3 hours. It's nothing like watching an NBA game because there are ebbs and flows, and I'll turn it off and come back when we tie it. I watch so many games, but the Vikings it wears you out. It is a roller coaster, and I have to watch every play. And when we sack the quarterback, Purple People Eaters, it's so exciting. And I like screen passes. I like when the aggression is coming, screen pass, draw play, deception.
Misdirection.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
And people have heard me say, I want KOC to shorter developing passing routes. Get rid of the ball. I don't always trust the offensive line because we've had some trouble.
Last year was a bit of an anomaly. He had a bad play calling season for sure, but I love KOC.
Well, everyone likes him, but everyone knows. And by the way, everyone knows he has to improve and run the ball more. But have you heard about this, the new run game scheme? Have you heard about that or not?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but educate me, please.
Okay. I want to make sure I have the guy's name right. I believe his name is Frank Smith. Okay. He got him from Miami. He's a run game guy. He coached under Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, it's Frank Smith. And he's going to, they're going to do a different, certain zones, but they're going to run the ball more, maybe a little wider. And they're excited about it. Now, in the preseason so far, or in the practices, Beeflo's defense has kind of stopped our offense. So let's see how we do in joint practices and in the preseason games. But
yeah, but those guys, the defense plays a little more. We're not playing everybody offensively. The preseason to me is just troubling.
We better be ready. We better be ready for game 2 because we're at Chicago.
Well, even game one, I mean, that's going to set the tone. But yeah, I mean, those are going to be, I mean, our division is, top to bottom on paper, the best division in football.
Yeah.
And, everybody's picking us to last and all that sort of stuff. I don't buy it. I don't buy last.
Yeah.
I actually think Green Bay is going to be last. I know that's bizarre to say, but
we're all pretty, I think we're all, yeah, I want to think we're all pretty even, but who knows?
Well, we're gonna have a lot of beverages, breaking down the game from the prior week and preparing for the next one this year, as we always do, of course.
Do you throw things at the television or not? Or
I've drywall's in play. I have punched holes in my drywall, and I'm not that strong, but that's how upset I was. I have broken things. I've also just disappeared emotionally and needed to go to a hotel for a few days. That's how bad it is. Do you know what I mean? As a Vikings fan, it's
how does your son handle it, Owen?
He's like me. He's very emotionally vested, and when it's bad, and then we sit and watch the highlights, and feel horrible about ourselves, and it's absolutely traumatic. Pretty much every week, even wins are traumatic. You know that because we're talking. You're like, that was a great win, but I'm exhausted. I'm like,
yeah, no, it wears you out.
Yeah,
it wears you out. Man, we've always had talent. Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Anthony Carter.
By the way, my mom, after I'm the youngest, and she decided after having me to go back to law school, she was in law school with Alan Page.
Oh.
And she told me, I don't remember, but she'd bring me to classes and I'd be playing with blocks while they were in a lecture, and Alan Page would pick me up and play with me. And, now you've
been touched by greatness.
I have been touched by greatness, not inappropriately, but regularly. Yes.
Bob Lertzema used to pick me up.
Oh, no way.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
You know who that is? Benchwarmer Bob?
Do I know who that is?
Okay.
It's insulting. I have a question for you that maybe you haven't really talked about on your podcast. I'd like you to tell me just a little bit about your Montana State experience and what was the highlight of that experience, but also your collegiate basketball career. Because I don't think I've ever asked you this.
So I went to they recruited me hard. I was also recruited by Montana, Mike Montgomery, who later coached at Stanford and Cal.
Yes, he did.
They're up in Missoula, and it's the Cat Grizz rivalry. So I went to Montana State thinking I would play a lot at two guard, but they recruited this guy from Kalispell named Jeff Epperly, who was an athletic two guard like a Rex Chapman, and they had to play him because he was the Montana kid. But I was the best shooter and passer on the team. And in my sophomore year, the first game I started, I scored 20. And I was 8 of 9 from the floor. And it was 82-83 when the college was experimenting with the three-point line, and ours was 22 feet, much longer than the ACC's. So I was a very gifted offensive player, and then what I should have played more, but I didn't, and that's life. They say it's my defense, but it was basically just poor coaching.
I'm shocked that you played two guard. I mean, you are tall.
Well, my best games were at point guard. I'm a passer.
Really?
I was like Pistol Pete.
In high school, you were a point guard?
Well, I told the coach in high school, I'll jump center, but let me bring the ball up. So I was a 6'5" guard. I could handle the ball and pass.
You're like Magic Johnson.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because when they put me at point guard in high school, it was when Magic was at Michigan State, and I came to one of the guys took my my practice jersey. He wrote Voodoo on the back of my instead of Magic, so I was Voodoo. But I really enjoyed passing, no look passes, Pistol Pete, etc.
Yeah.
And Montana is a very beautiful place, Bozeman. I didn't take advantage of the outdoors. They wouldn't allow us to ski because they didn't want us to break a leg. The coach said, you guys can't ski. And I didn't fish very much, but it's a beautiful place. So
now, should we let people in on the one rub Minnesota sports we have, which at least from my perspective, which is you're not a hockey fan.
Well,
I watched every Minnesota Wild game.
My joke is that they turn the puck over too much. That's my joke. But no, I played hockey, but there's only so much. I don't watch baseball. Let me tell you something, young man. This'll I don't watch college basketball because I watch too much NBA. So I don't even watch men's college basketball. I don't even care.
College basketball.
I've watched so much NBA that I just have to chill out, man.
Yeah. I do think NIL and transfer portal has ruined collegiate sports, in particular basketball and football, but we don't have to go there right now. But before that, college basketball is so much more intriguing and entertaining than the pro game on average. Now, if it's the Wolves.
Yeah. Well, I used to, when I was growing up, we didn't have a team in Minnesota until 1989. So in the 70s, we had Michael Thompson and Kevin McHale, and that was like a pro team. The Gophers were huge.
Oh my God.
Ray Williams. We were fired up. Yeah.
I went to Jim Dutcher basketball camp, and
so did I.
And Thompson would come, and it was literally. You went to Jim Dutcher too?
I went to Dutcher's camp. They wanted me to go. Wait, was I a counselor? No, I went. And I had a good, and Jim Dutcher was in my living room recruiting me. And I had a really good game at his camp when he was watching. I was passing, but I could shoot the lights out. But his son Brian came up to my dorm room. I don't know if it was I can't remember where it was at, where the camp was at.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian goes,
or St. Bob,
something like that.
Yeah.
He says, Coach was really happy today. He really enjoyed watching you play. And I said, oh yeah, I said something about, I work on my shooting. He goes, oh no. He liked your passing. Wow. So that was pretty fun. And he came to the, I had tickets that year to Williams Arena. They gave me tickets for the game. And there was a guy, I can tell this story.
Please.
He was the hockey coach at Hastings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say his name because we were there. I took him to the game during warmups. One of the basketballs, it said Minnesota on it. It's an imprint. They have the University of Minnesota, and it rolled over right down because we had really good seats. And he put it in a paper bag and he stole it and gave it to me. And I had it for years. And what do you think of that story?
I mean, I think it's amazing, although since we're talking about balls.
Don't tell all your robbery stories, please, Scott. Don't tell all the stuff you've stolen over there.
Baseballs. My son, I took him to his first Twins game at Angel Stadium. I was working in secondary ticketing at the time. I got us the 2 seats right off the on-deck circle.
Right.
Bottom of the first inning. And I was talking to everybody the whole game. I was telling Gardenhire he's like a father to me, and like everybody was laughing. It was good. And then bottom of the first inning, Kevin Slowey strikes out Torrey Hunter.
Yeah.
One of my favorite baseball players of all time. He was a longtime Twin.
Right.
He was now on the Angels. Kevin Slowey struck him out. Joe Mauer, who I'd been talking to, mostly one way the whole time, comes over and because it was the third out, and rolls the ball over the dugout to Owen. And we are head to toe Minnesota Twins, and Angels fans, to their credit, the entire section stood up and cheered and were loving it. And Owen and I have the picture of him with the Joe Mauer ball at his first Twins game. And totally irrelevant fact that Joe Mauer and I have the same birthday.
Oh, are you a sports memorabilia guy?
I'm not, but I just play Mega Millions and the Powerball, and if I win them, I will be a sports memorabilia. No, for the most part, not. It's more here. Although Magic Johnson did write a special note on a ball to me that I have in my house that meant a lot to me. Because
there's a guy, he's a producer at Rich Eisen's show, real nice guy, and he said, I said. And I'm going to ask you, I have a bunch of, I'm not a sports memorabilia guy, but I have a bunch of jerseys that were given to me when I was doing the show. Yes. So like when the Sixers were in the championship, the Allen Iverson Sixers against the Lakers, somebody, it wasn't Iverson, but somebody from the team did our show, and they brought me a Sixers jersey, and I think it it may have been Kilborn on the back with the number 1, and then
yeah.
Allen Iverson signed it or something.
Oh my.
So I have a bunch of these jerseys. Kevin Love signed jersey from the Wolves,
Amazing.
bunch of jerseys. Should I put them on eBay and have it go to charity, or what should I do? I don't care about.
Well, you shouldn't put them on eBay if they're Kilborn, not with all due respect, on the back with the number 1. But if it's like, no, you shouldn't. You should hold on to those. I mean, I've
already held on to them. I'm not. They're in the garage. I could care less about them.
Yeah,
the guy on the Eisen show said, "Bring them in. I'll tell you how much they're worth." That's what he told me.
I mean, forget about that. Just give them to me. I mean, that's
okay. Yeah, that's a solution.
But an Iverson signed, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, he was the answer as we know, you know?
I
don't know. So all your jersey access, how could you not have brokered D'Angelo's for me the night at that game? Like, I mean, he was nice, but he didn't give me the jersey. I don't know. You know Finchy, you know everybody. So I kind of figured you might give me a jersey, but whatever.
Speaking of the Wolves, we're off the Vikings. We're going to the Wolves.
Please.
Before I ask you about LaMelo Ball, I want to know your feelings on Karl Anthony Towns, who I love, winning a championship with the Knicks.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I think obviously Owen and I used to superstitiously watch every Wolves game, both in cat jerseys.
Oh.
We were in Paris as a family like 2-3 summers ago, randomly at a restaurant. He's walking up the stairs. I'm going to the bathroom. He was there. I'm like, I'm so sorry to do this to you. Me and my son, who's at the table, biggest Wolves fans ever. You're like our favorite player. He literally sat there and talked to me for 25 minutes with his, at the time.
You guys had to go to the bathroom.
No. He was walking up the stairs to the second floor.
Oh.
On the landing. I'm not kidding. He was the nicest.
Right.
I mean, I'm not even saying athlete, celebrity, but like he was just so gracious.
Yeah.
And I actually have a relationship with his about-to-be mother-in-law.
Oh.
And
what does that mean? A relationship?
He's engaged. His fiance. Oh no, just like very good friends. And I told her that story, and she got him on FaceTime, and Owen and I are going to go out there. And I think he is amazing. I know there's money involved. Losing him killed me.
Right.
But literally one of the nicest human beings, and certainly athletes that I have ever met. And I've been around a lot of them. I was so happy for them. The thought that I could root for the Knicks.
Yeah.
He's the only reason I could root for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Period. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm extremely happy for him. I love him. I think he's so gifted. The only thing that bothers me is he doesn't get enough shots with the Knicks. He should have the second most field goal attempts after Jalen Brunson, and he just doesn't get the ball enough. But
yeah,
he played well. They won. He rebounded, and he played.
When they made that change to make him sort of point center, and they just ran off those 208 games or whatever. That was the best. I mean, he is gifted. He can play every position. He's one of, if not the best shooting big men ever. He won the 3-point contest. He won the skills and agility thing.
Yeah.
At 7 feet. It does not make sense. He's without question my favorite non-Minnesota Timberwolves player in the NBA.
What are your thoughts on LaMelo Ball? New point guard for the Wolves.
Well, I love making the move because we got to try everything. I mean, it's not, all right, we'll be the second or third best team in the Western Conference every year. That's not fun. I didn't really know as much. And then my son, Owen, we sat down one night and watched, I want to say like 6 or 7 hours of LaMelo Ball highlights.
Wow.
By the end of it, by the end of it, I was like, he's my second favorite player on the Wolves. He is ridiculous. I think it's going to be unbelievable. We had to try something. We do need a power forward. You and I have talked about that, but I just love our team. I love Io. I love Shannon. I love Ant. I mean, he's like everything to me.
Yeah.
Dante's going to come back eventually. I love LaMelo, and I think it's going to be high energy. Obviously, Jaden. I think we're going to be like impossible to guard and really good. What's your take on that?
Well, I'm excited because it's hard to get talent up there, and point guards change the game, and we're going to get a lot of easy shots because of him.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking up some stats there, and I just worry right now about power forward because we don't have a power forward.
That's the problem. Although, what about Berenger? I mean, not that he's
not ready.
He's more backup center, but he's had some moments until he got hurt in summer ball. But he had some moments.
You're talking about Berenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a power forward. He's not quite ready.
No,
he's raw. He's going to play backup center. No, we don't have a power forward unless they play Trey Lyles. And then people say, well, what about Terrence Shannon Jr.? He's 6'6" or 6. He's not a power forward. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm sure they're going to still make a trade or pick somebody else.
What I don't want them to do is I don't want Jaden to be the 4.
Correct.
Because he should not be the 4. That'll get him off his sweet spot, right?
Yep.
And so, I mean, what about Kuminga? The Kuminga.
He's not happening. He's not doing a 1-year deal. It's not happening.
Well, you know better than I do because
it's not happening
in the front office. That's why I was asking you if you
knew
intel.
Here's what we're doing. We're doing a pretty quick one. We're at 35 minutes right now. We have to do your top 5 movies. Before that, I'm just going to do 2 quick. Well, are there 3? I'm going to do the Life Gorgeous quiz. Simple questions, profound insights. I'm going to give you 3 questions. First concert you ever went to?
With parents or without?
However young, whatever age, go on age.
With parents, Neil Diamond. Without, who was it? It was the Cargo tour. Like I said early on set, I can't remember. I don't know what's wrong with me, but with parents, Neil Diamond.
Where was that at?
Oh, was it at the Orpheum?
Okay.
Maybe. You know the Orpheum well.
Oh yeah.
I think it was the Orpheum.
Yeah.
I mean, I had listened to the 8 tracks, I was subjected to, and by the way, now I have a deep appreciation for Neil. But at the time, my mom was making me listen to 8 tracks of that and the Bee Gees.
September morn.
Oh, don't get me started. America. I mean, I sing it in the shower almost every day. But it was Air Supply. It was
right.
Barbra Streisand. I mean, it was a tough run there on the 8-track thing. But I do love Neil Diamond. That was my first concert.
Favorite restaurant in the Twin Cities? That's probably a little too difficult.
Well, they change a lot. It used to be, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember 510?
No.
Wow. From back in the day, I would say 510. And then I have a sweet spot more emotionally for Rudolph's. Not that it's the greatest ribs in the world, but that was like a once every 2 weeker as a family. So it reminds me of my dad, who, as you know, because we've talked about it, is my hero and favorite person on earth. Was, yes.
Do you know Mancini's in St. Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Meritage? I say Meritage, they say Meritage. French restaurant in the Hams building. You don't get back much. It's really a nice French restaurant. They had the Lexington. Really? It's called Cassetta, the place with
still there?
Oh yeah. These are all I like St. Paul.
Well, because you're from over there, there's a big.
My dad worked in St. Paul. He took me 8th grade, took me to my first White Castle hamburger.
There's a big rivalry. So we didn't spend a lot of time in St. Paul. We kind of shit on each other. Oh, sorry. Which we shouldn't have, but there was that dynamic. So I don't have as much St. Paul deep knowledge and acumen as you, obviously.
So in Minneapolis, I like Manny's, I like Murray's, I like Mason Margot.
Manny's.
What?
Apologies to Manny's that I left them off.
Legendary. I go to Gavin Kaysen's restaurant, Spoon and Stable, Demi tasting menu.
Very good.
They like when I wear an ascot. They throw you out if you wore a Vikings hat.
So if I walk in like normal with a Coors Light, will they let me in? What if I'm wearing pants?
I don't know.
I'll wear pants.
I have to call ahead to get you in probably. All right. Final question for the Life Gorgeous quiz.
Please.
this is I mean I think you'll be very opinionated here, and I think you'll take it seriously. But some people say, "Oh, I don't really know." Top 3 sandwiches of all time, and I do this because I don't eat a lot of carbs. But man, do I like sandwiches! I like sourdough, and I like toasted rye. Go ahead, young man. Top 3 sandwiches.
By the way, people who want to answer that question, just phase out of your life.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't even be involved. The first one is a Reuben.
That's correct. You've seen the podcast. That's my number one.
I haven't. I'm just a Jew who goes to delis.
Do you ever heard of a Rachel? That's a Reuben with turkey, smoked turkey instead of.
Yeah, that feels a little weird and
okay.
To
Healthier.
Me, I haven't. Well, healthy. I mean, a Reuben grilled, crispy.
Okay.
Definitely number one. The second, you're going to be shocked. I don't know if you ever heard of this. Peanut butter, honey, and banana.
Elvis.
Peanut butter, honey, and banana sandwich.
Elvis Presley used to do that.
Really?
I think he had fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I
wasn't alive then, but I trust.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right.
Definitely number 2. And then the third, it's got to be a good one, but I have to go meatball.
Okay.
Like a meatball.
It's like a chicken parm sandwich, a meatball. Okay.
Does that count?
Can I give you my 3? I'll give you. You already know my 1 is Reuben. Number 2, chicken salad with red onions, toasted rye, cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo. Yes, chicken salad.
My grandma's. Okay.
Third one, little controversial.
Oh, I feel like this is going to be something you get like bougie in a French restaurant.
No, you ready?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Tuna melt.
Oh, I love it. It's got to be good tuna, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be.
Originally, I said grilled cheese. I go, no, I'm going to go tuna melt. So that one replaces my grilled cheese.
Well, best tuna in California, Brent's Deli. The tuna melt is so exceptional.
Yeah.
It's that I'll bring it over.
I think you got to have it on sourdough because sourdough is actually relatively.
You don't need to have it on rye. You can have it on whatever you want. But
I love rye. I love sourdough.
Their tuna's just gorgeous, gorgeous.
Okay.
I loved that. It's weird that you and I have never talked about that, but now I love having that knowledge. It's important to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going movies? Now I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Roback, Minnesota sports fanatic, top 5 movies of all time.
My number 1, and there's no judgment here. It's to each his own, right? So,
yeah.
Like hold this against me for my number 1 favorite movie of all time is A River Runs Through It.
Okay.
Exceptional. And it's just the whole spirituality of it at the end. And if you remember, I had read the book before. You remember the Norman MacLean quote at the end that's sort of like universal and spiritual about our existence.
Right.
I'm happy to read it to you if you want, but I can recite most of it. But you remember when I'm alone in the half-light of the canyon and at the end, the words, some of them are theirs, I'm haunted by waters. One of the most exceptional things ever. But the movie, unbelievable. Brad Pitt, top-notch, everybody in it. Scare it. Okay. Number 2.
And you're doing it in order. Some people just list 5 with no particular order.
I'll give you an order. And by the way,
that's very nice of you. Very organized.
This could change every 6 to 12 months.
Right.
Number 2, I think I'd have to go Godfather 2.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, love 1 and 2. 2 to me is perfection. Right. So that would be my number 2. Number 3, I'm going to go Shawshank Redemption. You can see a little.
That's a great one. That's
absent Godfather 2. You can see a little spiritual sort of, freedom mentally sort of a vibe with 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Number 4. Jesus, you should have told me to prepare for this. I would go. It's topical because of the Odyssey and Christopher Nolan. I'm going to go Memento.
Is Interstellar better than Memento?
It's not. It's an exceptional movie. Okay. It's not better because there's some astrophysical non-truths in it, and I'm not trying to be Neil deGrasse Roback, the Jewish version of Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I'm just saying, but that movie is exceptional. I love that. I mean, Christopher Nolan could show me a picture of him, sitting in his backyard. I think he's amazing. But Memento to me was just so inventive. And as you're watching, and then when you figure it out and the backwards thing,
right?
To me,
right.
So that would be 4. And then number 5, as you know, Craigie, I'm a parent. I have a son and a daughter, and my daughter used to make me watch everything with her all the time, which I loved. Best times of my life. There is an animated movie that's the best animated movie of all time called Tangled.
Oh, don't know it.
You know it,
no.
But it is exceptional. Literally, plot, the whole development, unbelievable. The songs. I mean, if you want me to sing one, I know this isn't karaoke, Life Gorgeous, but
no singing.
Fair. Tangled, I'm going to put on my list in honor of my daughter.
Right.
In honor of my love for that whole dynamic. But I'm telling you, Craig, I think you and
Princess Cherry.
Princess Cherry, I didn't know if we were.
Yeah.
She told me not to name her. She's a little embarrassed by this whole, self-indulgent vehicle. But I'm just kidding. But I think you guys should watch Tangled. It's unbelievable. Epic.
You didn't name a Hitchcock film.
I wasn't alive.
Okay.
Way before my time. It had already passed. But again, the generational gap.
Scott, I got to run. I know you're busy too. This was a great first appearance on the Life Gorgeous, one of many to come. You bared your soul.
If anyone cancels on you 11 minutes before, I'm 100% your guy. I will look a little more normal, but this is our thing, It's just you're gorgeous and I'm a redneck who happens to be Jewish. So,
thank you to Scott Roback, Minnesota.
I love you, brother.
Sports fan. Big fan of yours. We'll see you next time. And remember, young people, I'm proud of you.